Hey everyone, welcome back to my travel diary series. So this is actually the last full day that me and my wife would be spending in Japan. So we decided to have one final day of shopping before heading back to Melbourne. So as I mentioned in my previous video, we're spending the final day in Osaka. And the weather here was really nice again on this day. I really enjoyed these relaxing days with nice weather, just going for a good walk. Everything just feels so simple when you're on a holiday like this. Knowing that in just a couple of days we'd be back home, back to our normal work life, this was definitely a good way to spend the final day, I think. So we decided to walk to Sakai Station to take the train into Namba. Now, one thing that I did want to get on this final day of shopping was actually a new pair of pants. Now, I didn't actually mention this in a previous video of mine when we went to the theme park in Nagashima, but I actually ripped a huge hole in the right butt cheek of my pants on that day. So as I was getting onto one of the roller coasters, my belt loop got caught on a bolt, and I didn't even realize it at the time. Probably wasn't till a good maybe 20-30 minutes after the ride that I'd been walking around with this big gaping hole in my right butt cheek. And the worst part is they were a brand new pair of pants that I'd bought from Uniqlo that I'd never even worn before that day. So yeah, because Uniqlo is much cheaper in Japan than it is in Australia, I really wanted to pick up a new pair before I headed back home. Now on the way to Uniqlo, I did stop off at Zoff to have a look at some glasses. So Zoff is actually where I got these glasses that I'm wearing right now. Now these are really lightweight, they're super durable and really flexible. They're like wearing nothing at all. So yeah, I just wanted to have a little bit of a look around, see if I could find anything else I liked, but unfortunately I didn't really find anything that I wanted. On the way there was also this nice little imported treats store called KALDI, which was really nice. Although I would avoid the free coffee that they serve there, it is extremely sweet. There is definitely a lot of sugar added into this coffee. After we found Uniqlo, I headed straight to the pants section. I really like the quality of the clothes at Uniqlo, and the prices here are just way cheaper than they are in Australia. So I really did want to get some new pants before going back. So I ended up actually buying 3 jumpers and walked out with absolutely no pants whatsoever because I am horrible at shopping, apparently. And this was actually one of the jumpers that I got while I was there. We then ended up doing a little bit of shopping for beauty products for my wife, because the prices and quality are apparently a lot better here than they are in Australia as well. Although I have absolutely no idea when it comes to that kind of stuff, so yeah, I'll have to take her word for it. Although most of these stores did have a little bit of everything. And I really do like the look of these flame humidifiers. Although, if I was to get something like this, I would probably end up getting this Godzilla one because, come on, this looks really cool. There really are a lot of nice stores in and around Namba in Osaka. So after looking around the stores in and around Namba Station, we took a short walk to go look around one more store before looking for something to eat. So one thing that I really wanted to look at before leaving Japan was looking at the camera prices. I wanted to see how much of a difference there was between the cameras here in Japan that are obviously made here than the ones back in Australia that are obviously imported. So because of that, we plan to just look around at the cameras here at Yamada Denki Labi. When we got here, I looked at the Sony ZV-E10, which the Japanese version is a lot cheaper than the international version. But even the international version with the kit lens was way cheaper here in Japan than it is in Australia. And after comparing it, my amazing wife actually ended up buying me the Sony ZV-E10 as a gift. So I ended up getting the international version, just for ease of use, and also because if it ever needed to go in for repairs, it would be a lot easier to get that done here in Australia. On the way out, we did see these really cute Fuji Polaroid cameras. These mini ones here look like they'd be really good for kids. So I did actually end up filming an unboxing video of the Sony ZV-E10. And I was thinking about including it in this video, but I thought I wanted to keep this video more about the travel diary and less specifically about the Sony ZV-E10. I am currently in the process of editing the unboxing video, so hopefully I'll have it out in the next few days. After unexpectedly getting a camera, which ended up becoming the highlight of the trip for me, we headed to a place called Sennichimae Doguya Suji Shopping Street. And on the way there was this little bear tea shop, which had some really amazing looking macaroons, or macarons, or however you want to pronounce it. Sennichimae Doguya Suji has a lot of really unique stores. And if you're ever in Osaka, I highly recommend coming here if you want to do some shopping because there is just so many amazing stores. Such as this food replica specialty shop, where you can basically get like a little crash course in making replica foods for things like magnets and stuff like that. Although we didn't end up doing it this time, it is definitely on my to-do list for next time we come back to Osaka. Now, one thing that we'd been craving pretty much this whole trip, and it was surprising that we went all the way until the last day without having it, was takoyaki. So we thought we could not leave Japan without having it at least once. So we found this little takoyaki place called Takoyaki Wanaka, which was actually in Sennichimae. Now for those of you who don't know, takoyaki are these little bowls that you can see here that actually have a little bit of vegetables inside as well as octopus. Now the prices here were so cheap too, and I really enjoy watching this whole process. Once we finished eating, we made one quick stop at the convenience store and then headed back to Sakai Station, because we wanted to spend the last remaining night with my wife's mum, aunt, and her grandma. Our last few days in Japan have all been quite short, mostly because we wanted to spend as much time relaxing over there with family before coming back to our work life here in Melbourne. Even though again, this day was pretty short and there wasn't really a whole lot going on, I'd still really like to know your thoughts and opinions on today's video. And a like and subscribe would really go a long way in helping to support this channel. Now, even though this was the last full day here in Japan, it's not actually the last day of my travel diary series. So in next week's episode, we'll be heading to the airport to fly back to Melbourne. However, we do have a 7-hour layover in Singapore Changi Airport. I'm not too sure if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, we had a 7-hour layover in Singapore. And because I don't really sleep at all when flying, I spent that time exploring Changi Airport with very little sleep. So yeah, I hope you look forward to next week's episode. Bye for now.